Hello everyone, my name is Beaualexander and I'm so glad that you're here. I have the thrift bug, you guys. I cannot stop and I find myself waiting anxiously for moments that I can hightail it on over to Goodwill and other thrift stores in my area. It's like experiencing a natural high when you uncover incredibly thrifted finds because one, they're typically not that expensive, and two, they're unique and eclectic finds that you're not going to come across in every home you visit. I know so many of you are enjoying these thrift outings. You guys tell me in the comments below, you tell me in my messages over on Instagram by liking these types of videos, and I'm having the best time sharing all of my finds with you. I have a cute little haul that I sourced earlier on in the week and a couple of pieces that I went back for from last weekend's video, so stick around to see all of my new finds. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe down below. Leave me a comment, chat with me, and give this video a thumbs up to let me know that you're enjoying my channel and enjoying my content. And don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at beautalksnow. I post pretty frequently, and this is where you'll find more of my home decor and styling inspiration. Now without further ado, let's jump right into it. First up is this beautiful black ceramic table lamp. Now this lamp was very small in scale and it didn't come with the Harper shade, but those could easily be replaced, and quite frankly I think you'd want to find your own to tie a piece like this into your decor anyhow. For $3.99 this was such a steal and very modern in appearance. I've actually seen quite a few of these orb style table lamps used in editorial spreads, and I can say that most sell for well into the $200 to $400 range, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for unique lamps when you're thrifting. To its left is a very similar style selling for the same price at $3.99. I'd actually recommend trying any lamp you're considering out in store if possible, just to make sure it's in good working condition prior to taking it home. Next up is this small metal dish. Now this is actually a crate and barrel piece and it's meant to be a footed candle dish, but I like to use decor accents like this as catch-alls for rings and jewelry on my nightstand or tabletops around my apartment. I'll also likely use a piece like this in a vignetted area, be it a bookshelf or a console table, just to keep scale and proportion in mind when I'm reworking or revamping a display. This is a very bulbous shaped vase, another crate and barrel find called the Carry vase that was selling here for $3.99. It's definitely a bold color choice but could easily be spray painted, and I like that it was very contemporary in appearance. It could actually hold a single stem or branch and is quite substantial in weight, so I'd say it was well made too. Next up is this desk clock. Now there was nothing particularly unique about this piece, but it caught my eye several times throughout the day at various thrift stores in my area, which is pretty uncommon. I rarely if ever see the same piece from store to store, and usually not multiple times in the same day. It was actually kinda cool, but for $4.99, maybe a bit overpriced by Goodwill standards. Many of you know by now that I love tapered candlestick holders. The detail in this brass set is pretty unique. I like the sculptural aspect, and that undulating detail from top to bottom on both for $1.99 each, you really can't go wrong. I've actually seen a similar style at CB2. They're a bit more organic in appearance, but also $35 to $45 each, so this pair will definitely give you that look for less. This is what I believe to be a footed glass terrarium. I don't actually own any air plants or succulents, but this would have been a very cool piece to grow some in for only 99 cents. I'm always amazed by what I find in the glassware section at Goodwill. It's definitely one of my favorites to scour. Slant cut glass bowls can be so pricey elsewhere, I'm talking like $25 and up, so if indoor air plants are your thing, definitely stay alert. I've seen a ton of glass pieces by this brand, Acrylic, circulating throughout thrift stores in my area. I actually bought a set of plates from the same Octime Octagon collection, but in black glass for my friend Liz for our collaboration a few months back. From what I know, this brand was very popular in the 80s, and these pieces are incredibly durable, you guys. They are solid, and that's likely why so many are still around today. I'm gonna say this was a candle plate or coaster. If you have a candle-filled home like I do, this is definitely a must-have accessory. It has a subtle cast glass texture and it's footed, so for $2.99 not steep at all. They have a smaller version at Crate & Barrel that's pretty reasonable at $6.99, but this was still less than half that price. I've been on the lookout for large-scale pottery for no apparent reason, as I have next to no free space for a piece this large, but I couldn't help but check the price out of curiosity. It was only $25, which if you've ever looked for vases in this size online or in store, would easily be 4 times as expensive. Again, never harp on color, it was the silhouette that really drew me to this piece, and that is an easy fix with spray paint. These brushed gold or brass pillared candle holders are super sleek in appearance, very contemporary, and were only $4 a piece. A similar set sells at World Market for $15 to $22 each, so again, definitely a no-brainer when it comes to saving big. A very cool set of clear acrylic salt and pepper grinders. I've seen similar versions on Wayfair and other big box stores that sell for around $35 on the low end, so for $2 each, this $4 set was well worth the money. They're also very aesthetically pleasing and could blend seamlessly into any decor style. I was actually pretty surprised to see this Nambe butterfly bowl here. This is a super popular bowl, one of the best sellers by the brand, and this particular style was crafted in 1967 by Richard K. Thomas. This is the 9-inch variation. It sells brand new on their website for $125 and was a mere $4 at this thrift store. Natural olive wood bowls can be ridiculously expensive when bought brand new. I've seen them on Amazon for maybe $50 minimum, and that's usually for a much smaller size. I'm sure this version was handcrafted, and again for $6 you really can't find another out there for less. Now I really did my due diligence here and tried to find out any sort of information I could on this black ceramic female bust, but I came up empty-handed, you guys. All I can say is that for $6 she is absolutely beautiful and this piece is solid. Likely a vintage find too, just based on the context clues and appearance of the Kelly green felt lined bottom. You guys, I really liked the look of these mid-century modern styled salad bowls. They're likely from the 60s and made of either maple or teak wood with chrome bases. The entire set was only $15. I actually found one that was very similar on Etsy, selling for $24, so quite reasonable for a vintage find. I don't know what it is about cut crystal glass bowls, you guys, but I have to look them over anytime I see one out. This piece has a low profile and too many facets to count. I use bowls like this as decorative accents on top of book stacks and shelves and console tables. They're an easy, affordable, and traditional thrift-worthy find to elevate any vignette. I thought this candle dish was made out of some type of stone like marble or granite from afar, but it was actually just some type of hard plastic resin. It wasn't weighty at all and was pretty beat up upon further inspection. The look in this case was definitely deceiving. Alright you guys, so I do want to start off with one of the pieces that I picked up from this thrift outing. The first being this beautiful ceramic nude female. Now, I tried my hardest to find anything out that I could about this piece. I googled away for hours. I was like on page 400 by the time I was done, and I couldn't find anything in the results. So there's no maker's mark, but I do know just from looking at this piece that it's likely a vintage find. It does have this Kelly green felt that's glued to the bottom, and context clues tell me that this is probably a piece that's from, I would say probably the 70s or 80s, though I have no clue for sure, so don't quote me on that. Like I said, there's no maker's mark, so I have no way of knowing who actually made this piece, but I just thought she was so beautiful. She was only $6, and I know pieces like this are making their way around a lot of big box stores and more contemporary brands, so it was just a really unique find, something that I was super excited to see on the shelves, and a piece that I know I'm going to enjoy displaying in my home. Next up is what I'm going to call a candle dish. I think they call these candle plates or coasters, and another absolutely stunning find. I have seen pieces like this at Crate & Barrel, and I want to say they're not that expensive, like $6. This piece here is like twice the size. The one at Crate & Barrel I want to say is like 4 inches. This one is 6 inches across, so much larger, much more substantial. It's very weighty too, you guys, for what it is. I mean, the glass is nearly an inch, I would say like 3/4 of an inch thick. And this piece, if you have a lot of candles throughout your space like I do, you'll definitely need something like this to prevent them from overheating the surfaces that you place them on. I think this is a must-have accessory, and for the price, I mean, I only paid, I want to say $1.99, so it was a no-brainer. I say that about every piece, but this one was definitely something that I would have really regret leaving behind, and I'm so glad that it was there for me to take home. Another cool piece that I found was this beautiful stainless steel catch-all dish. This was from Crate & Barrel, so it was definitely meant to be a candle holder. I believe it says it's the Milo-footed candle dish. So I'm sure it came as part of a set, but this was the Lone Ranger, and I had to just bring it home with me. I use pieces like this as catch-alls for jewelry and rings throughout my apartment, and I've been looking for more small-scale decor accessories like this to use in vignetted areas throughout my space, in my bookshelves, on console tables. They're super simple to incorporate, and I accent with a lot of stainless steel and chrome, so a piece like this for 99 cents was definitely coming home with me, no questions asked. Now, the last piece that I got was this beautiful Nambe butterfly bowl. I was actually really surprised to see this there because they're still online on that website, on the Nambe website, for like $125. I've also seen them, I want to say it was like Macy's or somewhere, for $100 and something as well. I know this is a pretty expensive bowl. I knew nothing really about Nambe, the brand itself, other than these are made of some sort of special concoction of alloy metals that are super heat resistant, and I think you can freeze them as well. I think they can handle extreme temperatures either way. I did have the opportunity to sort of research on Etsy and see different stampings on them. This one is stamped from 1967, so for all I know, this might be an original piece. Again, I'm not an expert when it comes to Nambe bowls. I have no idea. I'm just going off of what the imprint on the bottom of this bowl says, but a very cool piece. I'm absolutely going to use this either on my table or as a decorative accent to incorporate into some sort of vignetted area throughout my space. For $4, I definitely couldn't beat it, and I know I would have regret leaving it behind. Speaking of leaving things behind, you guys, when I went out to the antique and vintage shops last weekend, I wanted to kind of see what you guys had to say about the pieces that I was showing, and I already knew. So all week long, I had been thinking of two pieces in particular. You guys definitely told me in the comments that I needed to go back for them, and I did. So I wanted to show you those if you've been watching me for some time and have followed me along this decor venture. The first being this incredible set of Onyx candlestick holders. You guys, these are so beautiful in person. I was so silly to leave them behind. I don't know what I was thinking, but I have to just say that I went back last weekend, last Saturday. I was like hightailing it on into the store, and I walked in and I went straight for the booth where these lived, and they were still sitting there for me, so I know it was meant to be. I brought them home. They were $25 for the set. They're stunning, you guys, especially when the morning light hits them. They're pretty translucent. It's very hard nowadays to find more neutral colored rock and natural stone pieces. So like I said, for $25, this should have been a no-brainer the first time around, but I was super stoked to see them when I returned. Now the next piece that I went back for was this Art Deco styled chrome silver boat. I had to do my research on this piece. I did find out that it was in fact from the 1930s, and it was used as some sort of trophy for the regattas back then, but absolutely stunning in appearance. I, as I said before in this video, tend to decorate with more silver and chrome pieces as accents in my displays, and I just thought for $10, this should have been a no-brainer as well. I have an affinity for the Art Deco style, and this piece being almost a true antique, so almost 100 years old. I should have just taken it home that same day, but again, super happy to see it still there waiting for me. It's a beautiful find and something I'm going to definitely treasure for years to come. But that is it for this week's video, my friends. Be sure to leave me a comment below and let me know which of the items from this haul were your favorite. Hit the thumbs up button to like this video and let me know that you enjoyed this outing. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel and accompany me on this weekly home decor journey. Follow me over on Instagram at beautalksnow for more day-to-day posts and inspiration. And be sure to hit that little notification bell so that you won't miss an upcoming video. I hope you all have an incredible day. Until next time, bye!